Am I naughty for refusing to raise my son's child as I raised my daughter's child? I 57M have two kids, Erica 24F and Dave, adopted, 25M with my husband, Liam 62M. When Erica was 16, she got pregnant and decided to keep her baby. I was very upset, as I felt a child would impact her future and she wasn't thinking of the consequences. However, after having her son Adam 8M, she became more responsible and my husband helped raise Adam while she did high school and part-time when she completed her degree. She now works and supports herself and Adam. Dave announced recently that he and Anna 25F are expecting their first child. This caused tension in our family. Erica is my daughter from my first marriage and is mixed race, while me, Liam, Anna and Dave are white. Anna went to the same school as my kids, and made comments about both Erica and Adam's heritage, and shaming Erica for being a teen mum. Dave told us that Anna has grown as a person and that she has changed, but Erica refused to be around Anna spending holidays with her mum and was angry that Dave would have a relationship with Anna after what she did. Anna has apologized after that talk, but Erica feels the apology is insincere and too late, but does now attend family events and mostly ignores Anna, but will not allow Adam to be near her. I am struggling to balance both relationships with my kids. Anna and Dave recently invited us all to their gender reveal, and I thought this would be a good way to move forward as a family as we all agreed to attend. After the gender reveal, Dave asked Liam and I for our car keys, as he wanted to load some of the baby shower presents in our car. I was confused and asked why. Apparently, both he and Anna thought that like we helped raise Adam, we would help raise their new baby, so they wanted to load our car with some of the diapers, baby clothes for when we look after our new grandchild. We told them no, as we are too old now and that they are both financially stable to look after the new baby. While we are happy to occasionally help out, they should be responsible for their own child, as they are old enough. Dave said that him and Anna have lots of student debt and can't afford to take time off and need the childcare more as Erica got a single-parent grant to help pay tuition. They called me and Liam unfair as they raising a child is expensive now and that we should help out. Dave has said we ruined Anna's big day as an expecting mum, and that we should have at least said no in private, but thinks that at least for the first few years should be hands-on grandparents. Dave also accused us of favoring Erica over him, even though we said the situations are both different. I am about to retire, and Liam and I have had plans for years about going back to our home country which they both know. I would have said I was in the right here, but even Erica thinks we are being too harsh on Dave and Anna. Am I naughty for telling my son's boyfriend he can't just keep showing up at the house? My youngest son, Tyler, 15M, has a boyfriend, Marius, 16M. Now I like Marius fine for the most part, other than that motorcycle he rides Tyler on, all over perdition and being a little rough around the edges. But lately in the last few weeks he's literally always around. He comes for dinner, breakfast, and stays long after he should have already gone home. He'll just sometimes be there at the house waiting for Tyler to get home from like a family outing. I can also tell it was starting to bother Tyler and he looks like he might want a little distance. Yesterday I caught Marius after he dropped Tyler home from football and asked him what was up and why had he been around so much lately. He just kinda shrugged and wouldn't say much. Well, I tried to explain the best I could that we love having him around, but that maybe it'd be best if he went back to regular business hours or that maybe Tyler could go over his place sometimes. He kinda got this weird look on his face and just said yeah fine. This morning I hear Tyler yelling profanities upstairs. I go to investigate and he starts in on how I could say anything to Marius like that. A little confused I asked why he was so upset. Tyler confided in me that Marius recently came out to his dad who wasn't taking it great and he'd been avoiding going home and I basically told him to stay away. I apologized especially since I didn't know all the details, just that he seemed uncomfortable with all the attention. Tyler somberly told me he was, but that he was sucking it up for Marius. Am I naughty? Do you have a secret little subreddit that is a favorite? Share it in the comments and it could become the next big thing. Am I naughty for expecting to meet my grandchild? My 42M son, J18M, is having a baby with his girlfriend, Kate 18F. I will be honest in saying I don't think they are ready for this. They have been together for less than a year, but she is due in July. Obviously, I know that things happen, so we are doing our best to embrace it. I'm excited to meet this new little person. Anyways, Kate's family is uninvolved. They honestly weren't great parents to begin with, but when they found out, they kicked their pregnant 17-year-old to the streets. My son and her were living with me until 2 weeks ago when they got their first apartment. I am extremely proud of them. We had a room set up for the baby, but since they got their own place, I let them take all the baby items I purchased. I mean a fully furnished nursery, and then of course everything from the shower. That baby isn't going to be wanting for much. Well, the baby is breech. They have tried everything to get that baby to turn, but nothing. So, they have a C-section scheduled for July 3rd, assuming the baby doesn't flip, she goes into labor. I requested this day off of work, and then asked my son and Kate if they would like me to pick them up or if they plan to have my son drive them. My son was confused and told me that he would drive them. Why would I drive them? I told him I was just offering, and told him I'd be in the waiting room waiting for her to get out of surgery. Then Kate jumped in and said they weren't having any visitors at the hospital. She said she needed time to heal, and they wanted to bond with the baby. She said it would just be the two of them and her sister. I'll admit I was pretty taken aback. I mean, I feel like as the grandparent I'm closer than the aunt, but whatever. I said okay because I didn't want to fight, and said I would be waiting at their house. Kate jumped back in and said the only visitor they would be having was her older sister. She said she would be in pain, bleeding, and trying to breastfeed, and that she wanted privacy to do that. She also said that I never got my TDAP booster, which I don't need as I had it maybe 5 years ago when I had to go to the ER for a cut, so I couldn't come until the baby had its first shots or I got the shot. I pointed out to her if she didn't have a vaginal birth that she wouldn't be bleeding and it would just be a surgery recovery and she could stay in the bedroom and relax and my son could bring her the baby when it's hungry. She told me that nobody was taking her newborn from her. Lots of other things were said, and I feel extremely taken advantage of. I sheltered and provided for her and my son and I didn't have to, plus I gifted them a lot. I now see a lot of other narc tendencies from her, and I feel like it's World War III with my poor boy caught in the middle. I don't feel like I'm naughty, but she and my son are saying I am. Am I naughty? Edit. I see now that I have been naughty in several ways, so I'm going to just apologize to keep the peace and accept that I'll have to wait. Am I naughty for not wanting to keep gifts in the family that were presents for my daughter? I, 41M, am a single dad to my daughter, 14. Her mum couldn't care less about our daughter, so it's always been my daughter and I. Almost 2 years ago my daughter got diagnosed with cancer. At first it was leukemia, but it eventually spread to her brain. Watching her go through this made me realize how strong and tough my girl is. On the 9th my daughter unexpectedly got admitted to the hospital. Her birthday was the next day and she told me she wanted to wait until she got home to open presents and celebrate her birthday. So she and I ended up eating cake and watching movies in her hospital room for her birthday. After that her health declined pretty rapidly. A week later, the 17th, she passed away. I had all her presents ready in the recliner she always sits in for when she came home. Well, that never happened, so they have been just sitting there. The family had also brought over gifts for her, mostly simple things they knew she would like: clothes, blankets, water bottles, etc. I got her an iPad as well as a few small things. This morning my mum, dad, and sister came over to my house for the first time since she passed. We were going to make a picture board and slideshow for her funeral. After we started working on both, my sister noticed the presents and asked if my daughter ever opened them. I explained she wanted to wait until she got home to celebrate, open presents. And I haven't felt right moving them yet. My sister and mum said we should just give them to my sister's twin daughters who are turning 13 in about 2 weeks. I said I wouldn't feel comfortable knowing my nieces are using gifts meant for my daughter. And if I was to do anything with the gifts I would donate the ones I can to the children's hospital. My mum and sister argued that it's right to keep the gifts in the family rather than going to complete strangers, and I'm just being selfish. Share your story in the comments, I would love to add them to a video.